listeners. Thanks again for tuning into Susan's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Alright, today we're going to be talking about Lies Like Poison by Chelsea Pritter. Pritcher? Sorry. In any case, I have to say, I love her dedication in this book, to everyone who makes their own families. That's just kind of me paraphrasing it, and I think it does speak a lot of volumes of the story itself, because that is what the core of the story is about. It's about finding yourself, finding your true self, living your true self, and making your own family with people who love you and respect you down to your very core, and escaping from toxic home lives. That's what the story is all about at its core. So it follows Belladonna, Raven, Lily, and Jack, who also goes by Poppy. But they prefer Jack, Slayer of Giants. And Belladonna has been framed for the murder of Raven's mother. Now, the reason she was framed was because there was belladonna found in her tea, and there was a recipe for the perfect murder. 1 leaf of belladonna, 1 leaf of poppy, 1 leaf of lily, put in the tea. That's it. That was the recipe for murder. The problem is there was only belladonna found in it, and the recipe was found next to it as well. So, of course, everyone just goes to, yeah, it was belladonna. But why belladonna? Why did you do this? Because that woman was abusive, but I didn't do it. So, her and her friends, who've been really estranged after many, many years, they've been separated because Raven was sent to boarding school when his father was fearing for his health when he was younger. Basically, Lily's mother was torturing him. She was psychologically torturing this boy because she wanted to keep her new husband distracted. And I swear, Lily's mother has a whole slew of issues. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you because they are jaw droppers, and you're reading it, and the more you read it, you're like, wow, this woman did need to die. I mean, she made her daughter anorexic. She made her daughter she was just a horrible person. So she did need to die. I'm not gonna fight that. Something just needs to be done with her. So all 4 friends, are brought together again to try to solve the murder. And the thing is, they all have a motive, really. Every single one of them has a motive. Again, he is horrible. I mean, she is horrible. She is a horrible human being. So they all have a motive. And that's the part that's the kicker. Because the story is also told in 3 different parts. You have the truth by Belladonna, the truth by Poppy, Jack, the truth by Lily. So each perspective is giving you their truth to unveil the entire scope of the story. And I thought that was really interesting because it really did create a really wonderful mystery. It really did keep the story unsuspecting. It was very unpredictable. And I love a good mystery. I love a good thriller where you kind of kept at the edge of your seat because you really don't know who the killer is. And again, like I said earlier, it's slowly unveiling itself to the reader how horrible this person was. And again, all these kids, back when they were children, they were, I guess, just caught up in living the fantasy of destroying the wicked stepmother and saving their friend. But there's so much more to it than that when you're going between perspectives, because you're learning more and more about who these characters are. You're learning more and more about their upbringing. You are learning so much more about who they are as characters and their dynamics. and why they all decide to form a family together. And like I said, they all come from, well, they all do kind of come from broken homes. I mean, Poppy's mother doesn't really care about them or their other children. So Jack is really the one who takes care of their younger siblings. And then you have Lily again. She's been in a rehab center trying to get over all the issues her mother caused her to have, which are not a few. And then you have Belladonna, who lives with a father. You know, he adopted her. He's so worried of her getting kidnapped that he nails her window shut. I mean, he just takes overprotectiveness to another whole nother level, to the point that he takes away her free will. He takes away her freedom. And you should never, ever do that, in my opinion. You should never, ever make your kid feel so trapped. Because you're just kind of trading one prison for another. The world is unsafe, and it's so scary. Honestly, I say this as a parent, but growing up myself with an overprotective parent, I speak from experience on that point. It just makes you very, it's not good. Let's put it that way. It's just not good. So he cares for her, you know, he loves her, but he just keeps Belladonna trapped. He just wants her to stay home, basically. Go nowhere, so she can't risk being kidnapped or anything. So it's kind of sad that all and realistic as well, that they all come from a broken home, but that's why they form their own family with one another. That's why they live with one another. And I do think it speaks volumes of who they are as characters and what they like to do and who they are to one another, I guess I want to say. So I thought that was a very compelling part of the story, to go back and forth, to see their memories. And I do love the fluidity of the storytelling as well, because it doesn't break up. You know, there are lots of flashback scenes, and you've heard me say this a bunch of times. I'm okay with flashback scenes as long as they don't break up the pacing of the story, and as long as they add to the overall development of the story. In this case, they do that. They do both. They definitely add to the pacing. They don't disrupt the pacing. They don't break up the momentum. They do give the story some history, some depth. They do make those character dynamics even more engaging overall. So that's what I took away from this. You know, I have to go ahead and give this story. Sorry, my cats are going crazy here. I'll have to go ahead and give this story a 4 out of 5. I do think it was really engaging. It didn't blow me away, but I did love that ultimate revelation at the end. I didn't see it coming. I was really like, what? Again, lots of jaw-dropping moments in this storytelling. Lots of jaw-dropping moments to keep the reader engaged. And I do also love the LGBTQ representation. I didn't talk enough about that because I don't really want to spoil the story. But the LGBTQ representation in the story is so... it's powerful. You know, it's compelling. It's just amazing to see it done. It's amazing to see it so wholesome and to see it represented without stereotyping, to see it represented with love and caring. And it was just a very powerful moment when it all came together, that it really does give the story even more depth to that core meaning of making your own family. So once again, Lies Like Poison gets 4 out of 5 stars. I do recommend purchasing this book from your local bookseller. Please just try to avoid purchasing the book off Amazon and support an online book retailer or your local bookseller. Please. They need more business than Amazon does. If money's tight, please check out the book from your local library. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this podcast and sharing it with all your book loving friends. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.